Good evening, AGCS community and students and families. Thanks so much for coming back to another Sunday evening book club. As you can see, I'm all by myself. Mason and Eric are already tucked in bed for the night. We had a really busy Sunday, lots of playing and having fun. So I just decided I'd share my bedroom with you and read a couple of fables. I know Mrs. Johnson read a few with you last week, and I love fables because they really teach you something important, a good lesson that you can think about and you can reflect on and then you can put into practice. So I'm going to read 3 more fables with you tonight and talk about their message. All right, here's our first one. The Ant and the Grasshopper. Ooh, this one is a really good one. There's actually a good movie called A Bug's Life that has a lot to do with this. One fine summer's day, a grasshopper was chirping and singing as if he had not a care in the world. An ant passed by, struggling with a kernel of corn, which he was carrying to his nest. The grasshopper called to the busy ant, "Come and visit with me for a while. It's far too nice a day for you to be working." The ant looked at the grasshopper. "I see that you do nothing but sing all day," he said. "I do not have time to sing and play. I am storing up food for the long winter days ahead, and I suggest that you do the same." The grasshopper laughed and said, "Why worry about winter? I have enough food for the present." Months passed, the snow lay on the fields. The ant was content. In his house there was food to last all winter, but the grasshopper had nothing to eat. "I am so very hungry," he said sadly. "If only I had spent time over the summer getting ready for the winter." All right, now I want you to think, what's the lesson in that story? All right, well, here's the lesson. I bet it's the same one you're thinking. It's better to prepare for today. It's best, to prepare today for the needs of tomorrow. Now, I agree that grasshopper should enjoy some beautiful days. Just like you should be doing at home when the sun comes out, you need to spend some time outside. But it's really important to me making sure that you're thinking about a few months in the future, right? Just like that grasshopper should have been thinking about the winter. And I know that your family, everybody's thinking about their food, so you don't have to worry about that. But just be mindful that if someone says, we need to practice something for tomorrow, we better do it. Okay, here's our next one. The Rooster and the Jewel. One spring day, a hungry rooster was scratching for food in the dirt. Suddenly, his claws dug into something hard. There on the ground, he saw a glittering jewel. Ooh, I bet it was beautiful. "Ah," sighed the rooster, "how happy the owner would be if he had been the one to find this jewel. He would have picked it up eagerly and prized it greatly. But I would far rather have found one kernel of corn than all the jewels in the world." What do you think the message of that one is? All right, did you have enough time to think about it? The message is, what has value for one is worthless to another. Yeah, I agree with that. The rooster was hungry. What could he do with a beautiful jewel? Nothing, right? But if he had found a kernel of corn, he could have eaten it and been full. So really what's important to me might not be important to somebody else. And even though I think it might be important, it might not be that important to another person. And that's okay. But what has value for me might not be what is valuable to you. I like that one. Okay, here's our last one. The Oak and the Reeds. A large oak was uprooted one day by the violent winds of a hurricane. The great tree was thrown across a stream where it lay amid some reeds. Reeds are a type of plant that grow in the water. Very thin, like a reed. Sadly, the oak said, "Here I lie, overturned by the strong winds. Yet you reeds, so light and weak, are still upright. How is that possible?" The reeds replied, "You, Sir Oak, fight against the mighty wind. You are too proud to bend even a little, and so in the end you are destroyed. But we bow before the gentlest breeze. and so we still stand. We have learned what you have not. Okay, take a moment and think about what are they trying to say there? What are the reeds saying to that mighty oak? Okay, I think that the reeds are trying to say it is far better to bend than to break. And I think that really means that sometimes you're going to have to give a little, even maybe when you don't want to. Like I can think, for instance, Mason and Eric love playing Legos. And Eric always asks for the same pieces that Mason has. And sometimes Mason's going to just have to bend and share and give a little more to his brother than maybe he wants to. But if he didn't, and they fought and they got in trouble, then I might have to take all the Legos away from them. And so then he would lose, right? Because he wouldn't have any Legos to play with. So sometimes it's just better to compromise and work with others than to be so stubborn that you don't get anything important done. All right, well, I hope you really enjoyed those 3 fables. I really did. I think a fable's got a really great lesson to share. And I hope you had a wonderful weekend and you have a great night's sleep and get ready for some more continuous learning tomorrow. We are so proud of all your hard work and all the effort and the time that you're putting in and your Zoom meetings with your teachers and all the work that you're doing. And we're just so proud, and we want you to continue to work hard. And remember, whatever you get done is good enough. We appreciate everything that you guys are doing and that your families are doing to support you. And we just can't thank you enough for keeping that hard work going. We really hope that you have a wonderful evening and a great start to the week. And I'll see you soon. Good night.